again. Let your life be a reflection of the work that you put into it. Just as if you eat well and you exercise, your body's going to look good. If you put the amount of work into your life, it should be reflective of it. If you're working hard, you should be able to reflect some type of success. Now, success can look however you want it to. Success doesn't always mean a boatload of money for people. Some success for people means their time, their free time, and the amount of effort that they have to put in to a specific job or career. So success looks different for different people. If you're a noble person, you should not be hanging around shysty individuals because you're eventually going to be guilty by association. If you are retired, you should be enjoying the fruits of your labor, okay? Not being in struggle mode. It is hard today, but if you do not have the nest egg that you want, then you would continue working. You wouldn't necessarily be retired. By the time you fix yourself to retire, you should have enough to be comfortable with. Even if you have to supplement it with something part-time, you should at least be comfortable enough to enjoy some of the fruits of your labor. Now, how can we let our life be a reflection of the work that we put into it? First and foremost, do not let people run up in your life and drag you down. This means nobody new and nobody old. I'm talking about that family. Do not let family, I'm referring to the family when I say somebody old. Now, somebody new is somebody that you just met who wants to latch on to you. Latch onto you and drag you down? No. Latch onto you and compliment your life? Yes. But that family that has been around, that's the someone old that I'm referring to. I don't care how long they've been in your life. You do not let anyone drag you down. And when I say drag you down, I mean pulling on you for endless resources, pulling on you for funds, pulling on you for your energy. Absolutely not. The lazy and unmotivated will never appreciate anything because they lack the drive to get it themselves. And when someone lacks the drive to get out there and get it themselves, they don't know the hard work and the struggle that comes behind it. So when the reward comes along, they're not going to appreciate it the way that you do. They're not going to appreciate, someone else is not going to appreciate your hard work. You're only going to appreciate your own hard work, and that's just human nature. So if you've worked hard to get to a certain point in your life, you can't let anyone old or new steal that away from you by trying to suck up everything good from you for themselves. It's not sustainable. Do not let bums eat off of your success. This sounds mean, but it's so necessary. Because a lot of people do this, and then they wonder why they're in a rut, or they wonder why they can't get their footing. It is because they allow bums to eat off of their success. No. Again, if someone lacks the motivation and drive to do something, if you just give it to them, they're never going to appreciate it. There's a saying, and I think I've referenced this before. Feed a man, give a man a fish and you feed him once, but if you teach him how to fish, he can eat forever. And that's not exactly how the saying goes. I really need to look that saying up if I'm going to keep referencing it, I know. But that's a very true reference, and it makes a lot of sense. Also, don't let anyone guilt you into submission. Some people like to get up in your head and game you and give you that talk, that sweet talk. And oftentimes it's to guilt you. Well, you should be doing this, or you should be doing that, or you gotta do this. It's family. You gotta do that. And as we used to say back in elementary school, I don't have to do nothing. Only thing I have to do is stay black and die. That's what we used to say. So don't let anyone guilt you into submission. Also, it is not your job to play super save a hoe. Leave some people in the gutter where you found them. I know so many people who have shared stories with me about how they wanted to save someone. You know, the person was not doing right, or they just needed a boost, or they just needed help here. And I'm not saying that we can't help people, but what I'm saying is that sometimes you just don't know people. Either A, you don't know them, or B, they're in some type of gutter situation because they allowed someone to pull them there. And they're being a crab in the barrel. And by the time they make it out to the top, they done pulled you down with them. Be aware. Be very aware. Keep your eyes open and pay attention to the types of people that you try to help. If this is someone that you don't know, be it family or not, and they've stayed away for a long time, and then they just randomly appear out of the blue, believe that this person has burned many people around them. And once they've burned up and used up all their resources, they're going to come crawling back to people who don't know how they operate, to people who don't know them. And here you are thinking, oh, they just appeared, reappeared. Oh, how lovely. No. This person has a plan, okay? And that plan could very well be you. Also, you want to maintain your privacy. Don't tell anyone how much money you make, or they will make plans for your money. They will clock your funds. Keep it to yourself. It is nobody's business but your own how much money you make. Don't let everyone see how you live. I often tell my younger cousins when they're purchasing a home and they're on the fence about having a housewarming. Although I had a housewarming when I moved into my house, my advice to them is don't do it. Don't do it. Because people will count your rooms and try to make a plan for your rooms. Believe me, I'm telling you what I know. Do not let everyone into your home. They don't need to see it. And why do I say this? Because straight up, when people see your house and you have extra rooms, it don't matter what you think. You can have a plan for every room. You can say, this is going to be my office. This is going to be my guest room. This is going to be, whatever room. But people will all of a sudden need somewhere to stay. Or they'll know of somebody who needs somewhere to stay. And my question is, where's you been staying? Where you been living? You see what I'm saying? But I know a few people who have experienced this as well. They move into a new home, and all of a sudden, everyone is in need of a new place to stay. Everyone. And they're coming up with these bogus stories about, oh, I can give you this amount of money. Or, oh, I can do this. Or, oh, it'll only be for a short period. Lies. Lies. If it's two things that you need to keep to yourself, is your money, how much you make, and where you live. And let's not even get into the law, because depending on what state you live in, it is against the law. Once someone has taken up residence in your home, it is against the law to put them out. So just keep that in mind. If you have worked hard to get to a point that you want to get to in life and you have your own, think twice before you allow someone to take up residence in your home, because you will have a problem getting them out. But I digress. All right, so what can we do? We can try to stay as healthy as possible. This is because you want to be of sound mind and body. And you always, there's no reason in the world not to try to stay as healthy as possible. Okay? If you would like to enjoy the fruits of your labor, you need to be able to. And you want to do it in the best health, because as some of us know, unfortunately from experience, when you don't have that health, you don't have anything else. All right. Also, you want to bring in more joy than drama. Okay? You don't want to work hard every day, get nice things, and then allow people into your life that are going to just constantly drag you down, bring you experiences that drag you down, doing gutter butt stuff. No, we're supposed to grow and we're supposed to elevate. It's natural to elevate. You're not supposed to say the same, and you're definitely not supposed to go down. Okay? We only want to come up. Also, keep your circle small, but quality. All right? Quality is better than quantity. You may have a lot of people around you, but if they're just seat fillers, that's not good. You need quality people around you. And when I say quality, I'm not necessarily talking about church people or people with money. No, I'm talking about people with integrity, people with loyalty, people with morals, basically people who want to do right by you, people who have your best interest at heart, people who care about you, people that don't center money. Those are the type of people that I consider quality. They care about the person more than they care about what the person has to offer them. And naturally, that's going to come from a small circle of people. Because see, once you start adding in people and adding numbers, that quality is going to go down. But some people like to do it for show. Some people like to have a whole bunch of people around them because it looks good. But if you know what I know, it don't even look good to me. And lastly, you want to budget, no matter how much money you make. I've had jobs in the past where it looks like, dang, you ain't making no money. But guess what? I knew how to hold on to that money. I knew how to budget my money and hold on to the money that I was making, which actually equaled out. Because sometimes the more money you make, the more money you spend. So whereas though it was people who were making double the amount of money that I was making, they were always broke, had bad credit. Okay? The money that I was making, I learned how to budget, and I actually held on to it, and therefore I was not considered broke. Now, how was that when I was making much less than the average person? It's because although I hate math, I had to learn how to budget. And these are just my little tidbits that I like to share with you all because I appreciate you visiting my channel. And I strongly believe that when we put forth the effort and the work, it is so devastating that it could take just one person, just one, to drag you down and take away all the work that you've done. So I just want you to be aware. I want you to be aware and know that it is your job to keep the riffraff out of your life. When you see it, clock it. Clock it. Because see, a lot of times people get over because they think you're not going to notice it. And if they see a lemon, they squeeze it. Don't be that lemon. All right? Y'all be safe.